Yes, this portion of the program brought to you by Rite Aid. Stop in your neighborhood Rite Aid. I think VG.
Look at him.
Did you stop and see Marge at the Rite Aid on 10th Street?
You know it, man. I went over, saw March with some Gatorades this morning. Got to hydrate.
There you go. I like the hat, VJ.
Got this last night. Yo, I told you before, the clearance section at the ballpark. I was looking at this like 2 weeks ago. 50% off last night, the clearance section, $29.95. Love it.
Hit that up.
Wait, so that's
I'm going to have the...
Wait, time out.
What's that?
So that's a $60 hat?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, my God. $60 hat.
I won't go
That's
60.
a beautiful hat. But I would have to wait until the clearance. I agree.
Yeah.
I give a shout out to all the big boys out there. There's about 60 2X Bryce Harper powder blue jerseys upstairs at the clearance, half price. Tons of XXLs.
Really?
Yeah. So I was looking for an XL. I was going to grab it, but no luck.
A Bryce powder blue?
Yeah. Can't beat it. Half price.
Yeah.
That is a good. You do great scouting work of merch.
Good shopper.
Yeah,
you are a good shopper.
You gotta be frugal. The way PHLY pays, you gotta be frugal.
You got that right. I hear you, my brother. I hear you. By the way, Eddie Wright says this, and he's spot on. We got to stay away from Paul George. Paul George is hoping to have his jersey retired by the Pacers, he said. What?
That's so random.
Yes.
It's been like almost a decade since he played in Indiana, right?
I'll be the first guy to be booed during his jersey retirement. I want nothing to do with Paul George. I really don't.
No, I'm out on that.
I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid he's like, we've had enough of these dudes, man.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're trying to convince ourselves in on Paul George, but Devon is spot on. You need role players. You don't need a third star. You need to fill out this roster with players who are going to rebound, knock down some big shots, and play a little defense too.
Well, that's the lesson of Dallas.
Yeah,
The lesson of the Mavericks is that. Yeah, I think you need somebody else who can score, right? That third spot who's a flat-out scorer. It doesn't have to be a star,
right?
But you need somebody else who can score.
Yeah, I think we'll get snake bitten if we go for a Jimmy Butler, if we go for a Paul George.
I hear you. I
think
have the same fear, man.
Yeah, I'm afraid we've had this PTSD. We get this guy.
I know.
He's not going to perform. I think we just get really solid role players like y'all are saying. I think that is the approach that we take.
But how do you find those role players? And that's a tough.
It's tough.
Yeah. Tough to find some of those guys because, you know, a lot of that, I mean, look at what Dallas did. That was all deadline stuff. I mean, obviously, we were able to get rid of Grant Williams, which was big. You'd be able to bring in some of those pieces from Charlotte, but it's tough to find those role players. I mean, even like the Knicks, like they drafted a lot of those guys. They, you know, you were able to get a Dante DiVincenzo or a Josh Hart, but it is hard to find those role players. We haven't been able to do that the past 5 years.
Yep.
So hard.
Paul George feels like a flea guy. He's not really a flea guy, but he feels like a flea guy.
He does feel like a flea guy.
Oh, yeah.
He does. I agree. He may be a flea guy. I don't know. But
it doesn't seem like it, but it feels like it.
He feels like it. I agree. And I'm scared. The last thing you need, this is it. And I'm not looking to roll the dice on flea guys.
Yeah.
We're shooting our shot here. This is it.
Speaking of fleas, Uncle Frank checking in.
Oh,
and
boy.
he said that he sent this story over about how there's going to be a spider invasion.
Oh, this is my nugs. Yeah.
Is it? Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's do it. VG's nugs.
We got the cicada orgy happening. It's like the apocalypse of the cicadas is happening.
Oh God!
So now there's these Joro spiders.
Yes,
they're coming up from the south.
Was talking about them.
Yeah, they fly. They're venomous. They fly. They got like 4-inch legs. They're crazy. Oh
my God,
that is hell.
So like, their venom can't really hurt humans, but it kills insects. What they do is they throw these little like threads of silk out into the air, and it just catches in the wind. So it looks like they're actually flying. The wind catches almost like a sail. But yeah, they're supposed to come up to the Northeast this summer and invade.
They're huge. Look at those things.
Oh God,
4-inch legs.
Oh my God. Julie is losing it.
Julie's about to.
Wait, I was hearing stories about these things. They like travel in like it looks like a giant cloud in the sky. and they
man.
fly around, and I don't know.
Scary
It was
stuff.
like in another country. I was seeing videos of it, and it's like apocalyptic.
We're talking about this. I can feel my skin crawl. Like,
I know. Oh my God.
I hate spiders.
That's horrible.
Yeah, 4-inch legs. I'm out.
Yeah. That reminds me, when we were kids, VJ, you and I, since we're the resident old heads, do you remember the killer bees? So we were kids, right? The news, never forget, I'm being afraid that there were these swarms of killer bees that were going to migrate up from Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
And they were going to migrate up, and they were supposedly poisonous. And all you kept thinking about is, oh my God, I want to get stung by one of these killer bees.
Done.
I'm surprised you even cared because I have anxiety. I was paranoid. I was scared to death. I figured you'd just be out swatting them around.
Looking like Bryce Harper.
Listen, I'm 10 years old. I learned about the killer bees.
Well, during COVID, do you remember there was stories coming out about the murder hornet? That was
the murder hornet.
Oh, yeah.
And it was they were coming across the country, and they're as long as your hand. And oh man, that's forget about it.
Yes.
Bugs. Hate them.
Yeah, I'm anti-bugs too. I'm with you.
Uncle Frank's on it. Hey, your boy Nick is in mid-season form yesterday. Oh, Nicky Sirianni with his crazy press conferences. You hear him talking about James Bradbury making the move to safety.
Mm-hmm.
He compares him to Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've seen Charles Woodson do it, so James Bradbury, I mean, it should work out. I mean, get the hell out of here.
He loves to hype people up, man.
All right, but it's his guy. That's what he does.
Come on.
Your own players.
Don't talk to us like that.
Yeah, but it's his own players, man.
But Bradbury knows he's not Charles Woodson. Come on. We all know that. Get out of here.
He probably felt good about it, though.
Listen, every once in a while, you flub on a comp. And I agree. That's a bad comp.
Bradbury felt warm.
But every once in a while, I mean, listen, the thing I like about Sirianni is he's exuberant.
Yeah, he's just over the. I mean, I feel like he's talking down to the fans at that point. Like, come on, we're smarter than that. You got an 8-time All-Pro guy. He's saying made the transition, so Bradbury should be able to.
You take it like he's talking down. I don't take it like I take it more like he's exaggerating.
I just think he's trying to build confidence in Bradbury right now. Obviously, the year that he came off, there's been rumors and rumbling. So he's just like, no, that's my guy. It's my Charles Woodson.
That's what you got to do. If you're
now he's got to live up to the Charles Woodson comps.
Your guys back. You got to have your guys back. You're the head coach.
There's having your back, but I mean, he's fluffing them a little bit there. Jeepers creepers.
It was a little extra fluff. I will agree.
All right.
I know having his back. I get to have his back.
I agree. All right. Invoking Woodson is a bad comp.
Well, Bradbury also has a pattern, right? It feels like every other year he has a good year. So maybe this year is going to be his good year because 2022, he was pretty solid.
Is he in a contract year? I think he's got 2 years left on his contract, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. We got to wait for next year for him to play well.
If he's here.
Yeah. Last night was good. We booed Reese in the 9th. Reese got booed as he came up to bat. He got booed when he got cheered when he struck out. It's a nice night. And I don't know if we can play with the audio. I have some video from as Nick hit the walk-off from down at the ballpark.
All right, so I got to ask you. I talked about this to start the show, and I really need to get to find out a reason. So, how come last year it wasn't like this? It was like this during the run 2 years ago, which came out of nowhere. But really, since the beginning of this season, we've had this amazing, display every night, right? Where it feels like the playoffs. Now, obviously they're good, and obviously you love the team. There's a kinship between the fan base and the players. But baseball, and as someone who covered it for a long time, it's never been like this in anywhere in the history of the game. do they come every night and treat April, May, June baseball like it's playoffs?
I think part of it is, there is that stupid song that we all like. So formed kind of a bond with this team. And I feel like subconsciously maybe the fans are aware, national pundits are aware that the Phillies are on a mission. They don't like the way last year ended. And they are focused, laser focused this year from spring training on. And it's almost like the fans have synced up with that and been like, yo, we got you. This is a mission. We'll come out every night with you guys and fight and give you the energy you need. It's almost playoff. I feel like they're playing like it's playoff every game. The fans are bringing it like it's playoffs every game. I mean, they don't take a game off. I mean, knock on wood, but they're in every game. I don't know the last time they got blown out.
Real quick, from last night, from KYW News Radio, 40,632 for last night's game in the attendance.
On
a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
wild. But it's less even the attendance and more the reaction of the people.
It's like every pitch, the whole game, just like the playoffs.
I mean, you're down there, and baseball's not a sport that's consumed like this.
Mm-mm.
I mean, a million games that you've been down that you watch, right? Like, you never see this. This is so unique. It's such a great story.
Last night was probably my 9th or 10th game this year, and every time we go down, it's impressive. We're blown away every time. It's just like the first time we're seeing it.
I mean, you want to talk about the summer of love?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
summer love.
I mean, this is what it is. It's so unique. I'm captivated by it. I have to be honest with you. I like every day. It feels like a page in a novel, and every day is this new page that happens with the story.
And then you skim a chapter. The Taiwan Walker chapter every 5 or 6 chapters. You just skim through real quick. Maybe.
What else you got?
Corey Seidman put out a stat about these bullpen stats, and Alvarado since March 31st, 1.40 ERA. Strom, 25 straight with no runs. Hoffman, 1.01 ERA. Kierkering, 1.27 ERA. Sirianni, 7 scoreless. I mean, the guys are just dealing right now.
Yeah, I mean, their pitching is absurd.
And we don't talk about that enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, they haven't even hit, right? Like, they haven't even hit like they're capable of hitting, right? You forget that Turner's been out. You forget now that Marsh has been out, right? Mm-hmm. And all they do is go out and they're pitching darts. They're throwing darts out there. Well, like, you brought up to me, we were talking about Sanchez and Sanchez's WAR when it comes to, his WAR is 1. Yamamoto's WAR, like you said, is 0.90.
It's wild.
It's insane.
We're talking about Christopher Sanchez competing and having as good as year as Yamamoto. What the hell's going on? It makes no sense.
Seriously.
Like, he's going out and giving you 7. Right? Like,
it's your fourth starter.
And they're good. Like, he's not like Nicholas. They're good innings he's throwing. I don't get it, man.
Sirianni going 7 scoreless. I remember last year seeing him come up, and my stomach would flip because it was like, oh man, something's going to happen because he didn't have it. Yeah. And to see him getting back into this form like he was that World Series year, there's something magical going on. There really is with every single person in this clubhouse, every player. There is something it's a spectacle.
And it wasn't shown on that graphic, but Matt Strom as well has been absolutely ridiculous too in that bullpen as well.
Yeah, 25 straight with no runs. Did you see him at the end when he got out of that inning? He's like, let's bleep and go. He's like super fired up. Like it's game 6.
I
with
know.
That Jesus hair, man.
It's wild, man.
Joe Dirt Stromboli. He's the best.
Yeah, we got a late addition to the Nugs. I drive Andrew crazy with these ones, but Dina Driscoll tweeted this out. Someone saw this over in London, I think. And this is worse than pineapple going with pizza. Okay. This is a shirt they're selling over there with both Phillies and Mets logos on it. It's like a golf shirt. It is ugly.
Oh,
Ew.
no.
Total violation.
No.
Total violation.
No.
That's what you lock up in the basement.
I'm not gonna lie, the caption's kind of funny too.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, Dino with a good caption.
That's bad, man. Come on.
It's like an ugly colored shirt, cream colored with some off gold Phillies and Mets logos.
Yeah.
Do they want us to do a Tottenham and Arsenal a shirt over here? Like that's
Right.
a comparison right there.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
You would think
They
they
know better.
understand that.
They'll burn that shirt.
Like they don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like the Phillies
Speaking
Mets,
of-
they got to get that.
Yeah. Speaking of ugly, I just saw on First Take the beard, James Harden. He says he wants to be remembered as a winner. That's the quote they had from him. Well, look at him with no beard. Look at him with no beard. He's like Beetlejuice.
Looks like a toe.
Oh my God! Look at that.
I wonder what he would look like now without the beard.
That's
His
awesome.
face has obviously got a little more rounder.
Dude, his head might be smaller than mine. That's wild.
Talk about a couple of pins. My
Yeah, man.
That's hysterical.
That's
good.
That's hysterical.
Crazy looking.
All right.
Cameron Brink. You all know Cameron Brink?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm a big fan. She was hanging out with Kevin Hart.
Oh,
and
man.
she's 6'4".
So funny,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Not even up to her shoulders.
Yeah. He's not even up to her armpits.
She's probably like laughing inside taking this picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Wild. The Oilers girl from the other night. Everyone's seen the Oilers girl.
Oh, yeah.
Who flashed her assets. She's been offered, obviously, tons of porn gigs now. The porn dude says that her assets were made for porn. He's offered her a bunch of money.
Oh,
And
my God.
Camsoda.com, I guess it's a cam site. They're offering $100,000 to do a cam show and recreate the moment she had in the stands.
It's
so funny.
the greatest. It's world's outrageous.
It's crazy, right?
It really is. It's
Her life
fabulous.
You Oilers
completely
fans are
changed.
wild, VJ.
Yeah.
You guys know the Marudo tribe?
No.
They're an Amazonian tribe that just got connected to the internet through Elon Musk's Starlink. The elders are upset because the young people now are lazy and they're obsessed with porn. Who would have thought it?
Dude, you sent that to me. I laughed out loud.
Yeah, they're saying the kids just sit around their phone all day now. They're trying to limit the amount of time they have access to the internet. And this is a chaste tribe. They're chaste with access to porn now.
Good luck, man.
Yeah,
Good
right.
luck.
The tribe is done.
Oh, man. That's terrible.
I got one more you'll dig. I think your kids will dig it. So these two brothers, Liam and Jessen, 7 and 10, and their cousin Caden, they're out in the Badlands in North Dakota, and they find a T-Rex bone sticking out of the ground.
What?
Wow.
They send it to a paleontologist, a picture of it, and 11 months later, they're a part of the excavation site. It's now a part of a Discovery documentary, and they say it's going to change the whole world, the way they understand T-Rexes at this
10
point.
years old. There you
Look
go.
at that.
Oh, that's awesome. My Anthony loves that.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it's a 67-million-year-old T-Rex, like shin bone.
Wow.
So it was coming out of the ground?
Yeah, they noticed it sticking out of the ground, dug a little bit, took a picture, sent it off to some paleontologists, and they're like, yo, this is like for real. And they let the
Get
kids be
out
part
of
of the
here.
excavation. Yeah.
Child's
That's
curiosity,
very
man.
cool. Send me that story, VG, so I can send it to my
Yeah.
Anthony. That's his.
I will.
Awesome.
He loves it. He wants to be a paleontologist.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yep.
All right, time for the best and worst of the evening. All right, we'll start off with the best, JP.
All right, so I stumbled upon Aiden Laporta is a really good Sixers follow if you guys aren't following him on Twitter, but he put up. So, Cuz, I want to ask you, from the 01 team to the 2017 Sixers team, what do you think was the best roster in that dredge of just bad years? If you give me 1 year, what would it be?
I guess it would be the post. And again, this is post Iverson, right?
Yeah, let's go 2002 season to the 2017 season.
I guess it would have to be the Iguodala year when they make the run and they beat the Bulls and they lose to the Celtics, right? So what's that? 28.
2011. Yeah,
2011.
So he put up the 2010 roster, and I was just so in awe, like looking at this.
Drew Holiday's on that roster,
so
right? Like
you had Drew Holiday, Allen Iverson came back for like half a season.
Right.
Elton Brand was on that team, and then I found this picture as well. This is the firehouse on the corner of 20. It's still there, 21st and Market there. And just looking at this roster. And like to me, this.
Who else you got? What's the other part of the roster?
Lou Williams was on that team. You had Spencer Hawes, Thaddeus Young, Maurice Spates. You had Andres Nocioni on that team. Iguodala was on that team as well. I think this was the best roster. Unfortunately, they ran into that Miami Heat team.
Yeah,
and they lost in 5 there. But I thought it was a good going back down memory lane, looking at that team and just remembering that, we're Sixers fans and we're still.
That's very cool. No. In 2010, you're right. Drew Holiday and Lou Williams. Think about how good those guys.
Yeah.
And how Drew Holiday's still playing. Yeah. He's still playing well.
Might win a second ring too.
And he's turned into a really good defender.
He started the process essentially. That's great. I know. I remember that draft night thinking, "What is Sam Hinkie doing?" And now I guess I know.
The battalion chief looked like the battalion chief in that picture. He might have been heightening with some lifts. I mean, Papa VG's like 5'6.5", 5'7", barely got the fire department. You see that battalion chief looked like he was pushing like 5'4" compared to those guys.
I know you appreciate that picture, VJ.
Yeah, man. My best was JT, man. Just ridiculous last night. That game, can't ask for much more out of a catcher defensively.
Dude,
that's so
you
funny.
Get hit, right? And
it.
We all know that feeling. All right? Yeah. It is the worst, right? The best, he goes, there's nothing a bucket of ice can't cure. But
did they show?
How about he makes the play? What a great play he made.
Did they show after he got hit in the junk, like the ball got played into the field, but like he was hunched over? Did they show that on the broadcast?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah.
All right, worst.
So that was honestly my worst because of the pain he went through. We actually have some videos from both of those plays.
Nice.
The JT. Oh man, this is the one where he gets hit right in the real Mutos.
Yes.
Oh
my God. Oh,
yikes.
God. That's the worst. It's just the worst feeling.
Yeah.
No, that's when you need the cup, Andrew.
Yeah. I was going to say, you guys are all about the junk today.
Yeah.
Well,
that's like, there's that initial.
We all went, we know that feeling. In fact, you get that sympathy pain.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. Everyone does the sympathy, like bend over, like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
that's we've all been there. You get hit with that initial one, and it's like, ow. And then it's like, a few seconds later, it really kicks in. And you're like, whoa.
And then it's just like an overwhelming.
God.
Goes right to the stomach.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Yeah. Every muscle just cringes up. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it's terrible. The worst. Oh, my God.
Listen, just to give something for worse, I guess I got to go with it looks like JJ Redick might be the coach of the Lakers there.
Yeah.
My only beef with that is that there's assistants right now, like Sam Cassell. I would have loved having Sam Cassell as the head coach, but like there's assistants out there that are deserving of the job. And JJ's been running this podcast for a couple of years, did the pod with LeBron James, and now, boom, head coach of the Lakers. That's probably my worst if I had to pick one other than JT's real Mutos.
I don't know how that's good. I don't know how that happens, right?
It's so weird.
Like, obviously, he knows the game inside and out, right? Like, so he does. And he's got the gravitas of having played in the league. And he, I just don't know how you go from not coaching to coaching at that.
It's not easy.
Well, they're going to coach together, right? I mean, they're doing the podcast together.
Staying, right?
I think this is the big selling point for LeBron. If you think he's going to come here or anywhere else, I think you can scratch that off the board because, I mean, he's doing the podcast with JJ.
The whole point is he and Jay, he'll be player coach.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
What makes LeBron think that he can lead an NBA team?
Well, you always think, listen, he's played GM before, right? Like, you got in trouble,
in Cleveland.
Not in trouble in the sense that he did not have success doing it.
Right.
But, like, of course, you always want to try to run the shots. His next – look, he's done everything in the league, right? So his next thing is, well, let me try to be coach and player,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
let me write and direct and produce.
He's Jackie Moon.
To speak our language, VG.
I mean, my basketball resume is high school basketball, and I coach 10 and 7-year-olds, and I think I could GM and coach. So, LeBron, why wouldn't he think he could do it?
Exactly.
What is it? Would it be just career suicide if Morey just drafted Brownie and was like, yo, just held him hostage for either LeBron to come here or some huge package to get him in LA?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's happening, so it's kind of a waste. So what's your worst? Who's your worst?
My worst is obvious. Tested positive for COVID at like 4 a.m.
So what happened? You wake up and you're not feeling well, and you
I went to the game. I had a great time.
Go get a test. You have one of those. It's so interesting because I don't even think about COVID.
Oh, I got a closet full of tests. So I went to the game. Felt great. I was working on some nugs at like 12:30. I was like, man, my allergies are screwed up, man. I better go take an allergy pill. And then like 1 o'clock, I just a little annoying like post-nasal drip. Couldn't get to sleep. Had some chills for like 20 minutes. I feel pretty good now, but the pagan was like, you better test. You can't be going into a workplace. You better test to make sure. So I was like, all right.
Wow.
She was right.
Wow, that's wild. That's nuts.
I feel pretty good. I just got like a little bit of congestion.
All right.
Knock on wood. Hope it stays like this.
I was going to ask if there was like an indicator that's like, all right, I'm feeling this. I should test. Because like, if I'm feeling sick, I'm feeling sick.
We were all around VG yesterday.
I know. Like now I'm going to be like, oh man, am I getting
now
it?
we all get tested.
When I got the chills, I was like, the chills isn't like allergies or a normal cold. But, that only lasted like 20 minutes, thankfully.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, feel better.
Yeah.
Hopefully you all are safe.
Yeah. Feel better. We'll see what happens. Look at Jules is making a face. Well, I know. Have to make sure we all stay away from Julia because she's going to be going to London.
Yeah, we can't.
So we don't want to go near Jules.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Getting COVID right before you're supposed to.
Don't even say it.
Don't even say that, man.
Don't speak that.
Whoa, violation.
I'm knocking wood.
Don't say that.
That's a violation.
Don't say that.
I don't think I was within 6 feet of Julia yesterday, so we should be good.
No, we didn't see her. Yeah, we're good. We're good. My brother, feel better, buddy.
You're the man, VJ.
Yeah, man. See you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it. COVID's back in the day. Go to Rite Aid, man. Make sure you stock up.
Literally.
All right. Make sure.
We all silly like the mayor.